Hello everybody, welcome to the comic book cover.
The most messed up comic book cover ever.
Yeah. This is going to be a little up there for us. We don't have a paper script today.
No.
So we have to
It's-
remember every
apparently-
single comic.
I don't want to show up to work on Friday day.
Maybe Ultron invaded the internet and stole our script. The guy's a villain. He hates doing that.
That's true.
I'm Aaron.
I'm Rob.
I'm Jesse.
We're here to talk about comics coming out week of the 19th.
That's right. Looking to be pretty hefty for me this time around. I've got some
Here's-
stuff's finishing up, some stuff starting.
Well,
Darkman.
start us off right with the Marvel.
Oh yeah, Marvel.
boy.
Oh yeah, Marvel's good. We got A-Force number 10, All New Inhumans Volume 2, Sky Spears trade paperback, All New Wolverine Volume 2, Civil War 2 trade paperback. So I'm assuming that's kind of the catch-up trade paperback to get you back into it. Because they just started a new storyline with her. All New X-Men 14, Amazing Spider-Man number 1, the Jerome Opena and Olivia Jesus Christ. Quan Chang variant cover. It's signed. It's a signed cover.
Dynamic Forces again.
Dynamic Force. Are they like just some separate company?
Olivier
Or
Coppel Cochain.
They just put out,
fancy collector.
fancy variants.
Fancy variants. Then we've got also the Amazing Spider-Man number 1, the Greg Land variant cover, which is a signed edition of it. Then we have, okay, this is the first hot topic. Amazing Spider-Man number 20, the Clone Conspiracy tie-in. Dr. Octopus is back.
He's back.
It's actually, I want to read this so bad.
His
But
essence is
I
back.
read-
He's trying to find a body.
Yeah, I read the first one, the first book of Clone Conspiracy, and it is like freaky. Like getting to see the process and everything of like how everyone is actually being resurrected and everything. It's freaky.
wow.
Like it's like I was like reading it and I was like, this is a little disturbing.
There's something that's interesting though, and I'm kind of interested in this story, even though I think the original Clone Conspiracy was garbage.
Bob Harris's Clone Conspiracy
I
was
puked in my mouth as soon as
the
you said
dumbest.
that.
You had like terrible Mark Bagley art. I've never been a fan of Mark Bagley. And on top of that, you have Bob Harris writing, and it was just bad.
Fair
So,
enough.
like,
not the best combo.
This Clone Conspiracy though is written by Dan Slott, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dan
I like
Slott
how,
is a much better writer than
Oh,
Bob
yeah.
Harris.
Like I've been reading.
Maybe he wants to. I'm
Go,
sorry.
you go. No, go.
Maybe he wants to tell like the Jackal story that should have been told the right way.
It seems, it's funny though, because Marvel seems to have this thing right now where it's like everything they did that was bad, they're wanting to try it again.
Yeah.
Well, I have
It's
to.
dumb.
This is me and my first take with it and everything. Like I've been reading this Amazing Spider-Man story since it started in 2015 and everything, and it's been kind of the usual go-to like adventure, comic theme sort of thing. But this is the first time I've actually seen it do the sort of like the scary horror angle.
Serious, yeah.
Yeah, like it's actually really serious and like just from the previous issue, like where Peter Parker caused someone to die because of a decision he made, which that's classic Peter Parker.
Yeah, that's a classic Peter Parker thing, and
He's been doing that
For-
since Gwen Stacy.
Yeah,
death,
exactly.
Her father's death. Like,
Funny you
knock
mentioned
the building
Gwen.
around that like caused
the preview made it look like Gwen was coming back in this story. Clone it.
I can't tell you.
Yeah, I mean that much of it was already given away. But
I want
the thing is,
to.
it might not be such a great idea to take Spider-Man and make him too serious.
I hope she does come back. I hope she like throws it in Mary Jane's face, like I'm on Team Parker when it comes to like their little breakup or whatever. I don't know what happened there, but
I'm gonna say
don't
this
like
much.
I think it's
Jane.
Bendis' fault.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say this much for it though. Gwen is definitely not on Team Parker.
oh,
She is
man.
not on Team Parker.
She did hook up with Larry Osborn.
She did. What else we got? Let's get back on. We got Astonishing Ant-Man number 13, Black Panther number 7. You wanted to talk about
I
this
do.
one.
Man, all right. This story, he's going to be putting together a team. The team
I
is
heard about this, like Storm and who else?
Luke Cage and Misty Knight. Now, here's what I got to say on this. Finally, we're going to get a real Luke Cage comic book.
Really? So you got
Yeah.
good vibes for this?
Yeah, Black Panther is one of those like Moon Knight and Punisher and Daredevil that's actually geared towards the right audience that will get into that. More, you know, it's not the kiddie thing. It's more
I have a
serious kind of
feeling
comic writing.
met a Misty Knight at a nightclub in Fort Lauderdale.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
That would take some questions.
Speaking of, man, the TV show, if you have not watched Luke Cage, you're missing out. It's one of the
Everybody,
coolest
even
shows out
non-comic
there.
book fans are like, wow, this is
love
like
it.
really good.
I
Love
still
it.
find it funny that they did the premiere and then Netflix crashed. Like,
I'm not in any way surprised. Luke Cage is one of those characters that while he's got an underground fan base, it's a pretty big underground fan base.
Well, I don't know if it was crashing from like viewership just in being so huge, or if it was just a technical problem.
There's a lot of build-up. I know, even though I didn't try to get to watch it the day it came out, like I was pretty pumped for that show.
It did look good.
Well, you have a genuine black hero. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like Black Cage or like Luke Black or
doesn't
you know,
use
Black
doesn't
Luke.
use tropes or overused stuff.
And this
Yeah.
is something I talked about before. Is a thing that I don't like that all companies are doing now, especially Marvel. Marvel is the worst about this. It's, I get wanting to make things more ethnically diverse
Yeah.
and represent the world we live in today. What I don't buy is taking a pre-existing character and then changing them to an ethnical person. To
Yeah,
it's like trying to please people too much, and it's also lazy. Because
is.
in the 70s, it was like, hey, we need a good, strong black character. Luke Cage, Jon
Yep.
Stewart. They came up with new characters. They didn't go the lazy route of like, well, let's make Captain America black. Now, having said that,
that has
that
worked
comic
out
is
really
very
well.
good.
That has worked out really well.
Even Thor being a female has been a good story, but for the most part, this falls flat more than it
Maybe
survives.
they're gonna do the route kind of a thing. The Riri Williams is Iron Man for a little while, and then Tony comes back.
You know what? She
More
should
than
just be
likely,
Ironheart and
Yeah.
not
Maybe
in
they'll
an
change
Iron Man
that. I mean,
comic.
like when you look at the previews for that name is on the top of it. Like it says Ironheart. Like it's called the Invincible Iron Man, but it's also labeled Ironheart. So maybe by the time we get Tony finally back on his feet, you know, if he comes back,
Surely.
I mean, surely he will.
It'd be
Iron Man and
He's going to
Ironheart.
DC.
Yeah, he's done.
He's
with
gonna
Marvel.
cross dimensions. Just be like, hey guys.
But I mean, you know, next thing's like, let's make Bruce Banner black. I mean, we need to create new characters that can stand on their own. Dwayne McDuffie is one of the best writers, and I'm not even counting the fact that he's an African American. He's one of the best writers out.
Yeah.
Of course, he's not anymore because he's dead, but he created a ton of black characters just for that purpose. We had
Right.
Hardware, we had Static Shock. Who am I missing?
God, it's not shocking.
The whole Milestone mob.
There's a ton.
I would kill us. I would pay good money to see Static Shock come back.
Exactly. I mean, and that's my point. Create new characters.
Definitely.
You guys are no Dwayne McDuffie. That's
Yeah.
So moving
All right,
on.
we gotta move on. We got Black Widow number 7, Captain America Sam Wilson number 14. Take Back the Shield is starting up on
That's
this
another
one.
good one.
Really good one on that. Sam Wilson standing against the rising tide while everyone's basically calling for peace or to face the fury of the Flag Smasher. But he does have an ally. He's got Steve Rogers, Captain America backing him up. That's gonna go great.
Yeah, he does have.
That can't go wrong in any
Ally.
sort of measure.
Yeah.
We've got a.
So have you been reading any of this?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So we're all on the same page. Like yeah,
He's like, yeah, this is
Yeah,
not
maybe
gonna go.
kinda-
This is not gonna go good.
it's going this way, but when you're not looking, it's going this way.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
We've got Captain Marvel's Earth's Mightiest Hero Volume 2, Carnage 13, Civil War 2 Kingpin number 4. That series finally coming to an end. I've been enjoying this. I really have been, and I'm actually starting to see Kingpin pop up more. He was involved in Mighty Thor. He's involved there in the storyline that they're just now finishing up. He's got this story he's working on. He's involved with the clone conspiracy stuff. He's coming out of the shadows.
He's got his fingers in everything.
He literally
I'm
does.
waiting for him to show up in Daredevil though.
He probably will do. I would give it
Oh,
like
he's got to.
I'm going to give it like 2 weeks and he'll be popping up. Like you'll get a straight shot at, or maybe a whole comic of him. At this rate. What else we got? We've got Daredevil, Punisher, Seventh Circle.
That was a good story. Good way to
That's
read
trade
it now.
paperback. We got Deadpool Back in Black number 2 of 5. No one really cares
Yeah.
about that. Death of X number 2 of 4.
Kind of wish I'd jumped onto this.
I grabbed an
had to get
issue. I
more.
actually read it. It was actually nice.
I have issue 1 in my file. I haven't.
I read issue 1. I liked it. I like the dramatic. It's a very dramatic piece. Very good. We've got after the events on Muir Island, Cyclops and Emma Frost are putting their plans into motion to try and stop the Terrigen Mist, because the Terrigen Mist has evolved to the point now that it's basically killing off the
Yeah,
mutants.
killing
It's
mutants.
eliminating them.
Bad stuff.
It was created by Fox.
Yeah. That's the great Ha!
Oh,
Storm and Medusa have come together trying to find a solution for the deadly effects. At least they're trying to be peaceful about it. They're trying to make the effort. They're not doing the Civil War route of just, you're wrong, you know.
boy, Medusa was hard as nails in that Daredevil issue. I don't know if anybody else read it.
Medusa was in Daredevil?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not reading Daredevil, so she was in Daredevil?
She's become hard as nails, period, because now she has to fight. Like, I mean, she's the queen.
Yeah,
you know?
She's got to fight like
taking
on all fronts.
Yeah,
It's
and
explained well as to why she was that way.
yeah. Well, I mean, you have
She's got Iron Man she's having to deal with. She's
and-
got
Iron Man, but
all the Inhumans.
all that. Yeah, well, not just Iron Man. I can't get it out. Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's the biggest thorn in her butt because she's like, you know, misusing Ulysses.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Marvel's a thorn in everyone's butt
Then,
right
then
now.
you get
But
Daredevil
you know what's
walking up
funny?
like,
Black
hey,
Bolt could end all this by
I know.
saying stop. He could whisper stop and it
It's
would
done.
be done. And,
Black Bolt was one of the coolest characters in the Marvel.
We've got Doctor Strange number 13. Doctor Strange Epic Collection Volume 3, a separate reality trade paperback. Doctor Strange, The Flight of Bones trade paperback. Getting a lot of stuff geared up for when the movie comes out. It's
I'm
gonna
looking
be
forward
good.
to.
Oh, it's gonna be great. Infamous Iron Man number 1. That's finally coming out. I'm picking that up like straight away. I want to see how this goes. Obviously,
Actually, Bill made this excellent point earlier. Why does Doctor Doom even need to wear an Iron Man suit? He's already more powerful and more intelligent than Tony Stark as it is.
Yeah.
see that like
He's got
that,
magic and technology locked
See, that's
down.
the thing. That's the question.
There's
I
no
want
need.
to. I want to know. I want to find out.
What if it turns out that the writer's just really lazy?
Yeah.
It could be. I don't know. But I don't know if it's him trying to use the suit so much as he's just trying to be a hero, like properly or something like that. I don't know.
They're just doing Lex Luthor.
I do know.
You know,
Yeah.
isn't that funny?
That's a weird thing. Now I do know this. At least in this issue, we will start getting some questions of just answered. What is Doom doing this whole time? Like what he has been doing since we saw him first in Invincible Iron Man number 1 and 2. Like what has he been doing?
And it's funny you bring that up because we've talked about this a little bit. You mentioned how they're jumping ahead before Civil War II is
They
over.
are.
They
It's
did the same
ridiculous.
thing with Secret Wars. It's like Doom has his face back, and we didn't know what happened because Secret Wars wasn't over. And now we're doing the same thing, and it's like we don't know what's going on because Civil War II isn't over.
Still not
Yeah.
done. Yeah. We've got a
Get it
legend.
straight,
It's,
Marvel.
I don't know. It's deadlines. Legendary Star-Lord Volume 4 out of Orbit. We've got Mighty Thor number 12. That's a good one.
I'm looking
That's
forward
gonna
to
be
that
good.
book.
We're still in the M's.
Yeah, we're still in the end.
Man.
The origin.
Amazing what happens when you have a paper script in front of your face.
Exactly. This is the origin of Mjolnir. This is going into the story of Mjolnir finally for once.
Yeah.
Or Mjolnir, or however they phrase it.
Mjolnir,
I can't
I don't
remember what
know.
to say. I said I
It's
read.
not a
I
real
caught
word,
up.
so-
I don't know. I caught up to this though, and I read it all the way through. I'm loving this story.
Oh, yeah.
This is great.
Iron Man
This
is
is
or
fun.
not Iron Man.
Mighty Thor.
Mighty Thor.
Yeah, that one.
You had your coffee?
It is really good. The art's really good too.
Coffee's really good too.
We get coffee's good too. We've got a Mockingbird number 8 and Mockingbird Volume 1. I Can Explain trade paperback. Patsy Walker, aka Hellcat number 11.
Oh, sorry.
Powers number 7. Power. I don't know what Power is.
Bendis at work.
It's a
That's also
Bendis,
why
yeah.
he can't seem to get other things as awesome as they could because he's doing too many things.
We've got Silk number 1, the Greg Land variant cover, signed edition from Dynamic Forces. Silk number 13, Son of Satan classic trade paperback. Spider Family Dynamic Forces trio, the Greg Land red signature edition from
Red.
Dynamic Forces. And then Spider Gwen number 1, the Greg Land variant cover and signed edition. And then, of course, now you have the normal comic. Spider Gwen number 13, Spider Woman number 12. I haven't seen either of those two in a little while, so it's kind of good to see them get going again. Unbeatable Squirrel number 13, guys! Woo! Can't beat that, can you? Uncanny Inhumans number 14, the Civil War II tie-in there. I can't wait to pick that. I've been waiting for this one to pick back up
Another
too.
good book.
That's really good. Iron Man has taken the fight to New Attilan. Like the last image from number 13 was a bunch of Iron Man suits, the Iron Legion, surrounding New Attilan.
I should have stuck with that, but I had to.
I'm very curious to see how this is going to pan out. X-Men 92 number 8, Year of Marvels, The Unbeatable number 1. And that is all for Marvel. It is your turn.
Now for the real comics.
Oh, all right. Yeah, like we just
Which
didn't
there's
spend.
not really a whole lot.
We didn't
There's
spend, you
not a
know,
lot
adding
going on.
stuff.
Nothing from Aftershocks, Boom, Kong of Skull Island. We get copies here, but no one really buys them.
Which if I had more money, I would, because it's interesting.
Yeah. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Pink, #4.
That's a big comic.
This one I am reading, and it is so good.
I put it on there just for you.
Garth Ennis, Red Team, Double Tap, Center Mass, #4 of 9. Nice. It's going to be going
Wow,
on for a
9
while.
issues.
This is just classic Garth Ennis. Like, he can tell the same kind of story that Ed Brubaker, or I don't even say Jonathan Hickman can. Like, as far as like mystery stuff, like, and it's still, yeah, pulls you in. Kiss #1, another great comic, Black Hammer #4. That one was a surprise.
I just read one last night.
I read 2 I thought, because I'm becoming dyslexic, I guess, and I thought issue 2 said issue 1. So I read issue 2 first. And I was like, well, this is a lot like Shazam. And then I read issue 1, and I was like, oh, well.
Oh, no.
It should have been like a little build-up. Back to the Future, but that's Black Hammer. Get it. It's really good. Back to the Future #13, Godzilla Rage Across Time #3 of 5. Is that that's pretty
This
good?
one is, it's always interesting seeing these little historical flashback things and how Godzilla has influenced history. This one is aimed at around the Middle Ages, actually. I think one of the Crusades. But this one is Mothra and Batra fighting each other. Like, it doesn't really involve Godzilla too much, but at the same time, it's just cool seeing, like, monsters influence history.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Nice.
Especially at the last issue. Godzilla fighting Zeus.
Star Trek Boldly Go. I noticed we have someone who has subscribed to.
Tim Morris?
Yeah, he's subscribed to a lot of Star Trek.
I'm glad to see
You gotta
some
have a
people are
Trekkie.
getting
You
started.
gotta have a Trekkie.
X-Files #7 from Image, Beauty #11. Haven't read it, don't know it. Demonic #3. I read a preview in the back of one of the books. It seemed pretty good. This book is incredible. I love it. Adrian's Wall. I can't think of the name of the writer off the top of my head.
I didn't know the name when I looked at it. So.
Yeah, you do. You know who it is.
Maybe I do.
It's just buried in
Wouldn't be
there.
a first. Yeah,
Kyle something.
Kyle Higgins?
Kyle Higgins.
Okay, yeah.
There you go, there you go.
I do. Kyle Higgins is an excellent writer.
Yeah, and Adrian's Wall basically, like, apparently he breaks up with a lot of girls because he started the original Hadrian storyline in the middle of a breakup, and then this one is also but he deals with them in very real ways, but in the same time it's like set in space, and you're kind of forced to be stuck with someone you don't want to be with. It's just really good story.
Interesting.
Horizon, I haven't read any, but it looks really good. I have the first 2 issues in my file. I Hate Fairyland, that's not very good. Image Giant Size Art Proof Edition, Huck #1.
Huck was cool.
Yeah. Manifest Destiny #24. This is a popular book that's not here. I haven't really given it a chance myself. Mechanism #4, Rumble #15, Snot Girl #1, Leslie Hung, 3rd printing, variant cover.
Really?
Snot
Third
Girl,
printing?
yeah, because it's Snot
big.
Girl
That's
is
really
big,
taken off,
yeah.
hasn't
I'm
Brian
telling
Lee
you.
O'Malley. I mean, Scott Pilgrim.
I'm telling you that it'll be a movie, for sure. Snowfall #6, Spawn Kills Everyone #1, 3rd printing. I don't even know why they really need the first
I remember
one.
Josh, but he said he was
Spread #17.
I read the first 3 of Spread. It was pretty cool. That's cool.
Symmetry, and then Throwaways #4. I read issues 1 and 2. It was really good. I just had to kind of drop it because of
It's funny. A lot of things. Money always makes it hard to read. Okay, DC Comics time. Unstoppable Part 2, Aquaman #9.
yeah, that's a great book.
Yes, it is. Shocking conclusion to this story, the unstoppable Juggernaut carves a new path toward Aquaman's hometown of Amnesty Bay. So far, Arthur's attempts to halt the creature have been fruitless, but to save his friends and neighbors, the Sea King must do the unthinkable. The unthinkable.
Now, what's the unthinkable for Aquaman?
That is a good question. But while we're on to Aquaman, another thing coming out on the hardcover is Aquaman: A Celebration of 75 Years. Cool that he's been around for 75 years, but unfortunately,
It's just now like getting interested.
2011 is when he started to get in, maybe 10, his brightest days.
That's when he started to get picked up.
Yeah. So anything before that, I can't really vouch for. Aquaman was a joke.
I'm waiting to see the Justice League rendition of him because the way that everything is looking, like he's pretty much that's gonna be his known role as Aquaman.
Did you
because
see the pictures of
Oh.
Mera?
It's it's really good. Like I have to admit, this is really good.
Mera.
Let's just see. We'll have to see what Rotten Tomatoes and everything thinks of it. No.
Who cares about I'm not even gonna get started on the cinematic thing. I've ranted enough. I'm just gonna say this though. For some reason, there's this big thing lately about how the Superman on Supergirl is more Superman because he smiles, and I really want to leave a comment every time I see that of a picture with Henry Cavill smiling. It's like, where do you not remember he was smiling? The only thing really different is he doesn't have the curl.
Yeah.
That really is the
And
only
he's supposed to have the curl in
I mean,
Justice League. I think to
he
make
was-
everybody calm down a little
Yeah,
bit.
it was like
Fighting
Give him the
Zod. Like, you don't have time to smile when you're fighting General Zod. And then when they turn General Zod into Doomsday, you really don't have time. for
It's more of an example of you can't please people because there's always a, well, Spider-Man's better than Superman because he's more relatable. And then you make Superman relatable and him questioning himself and why he tries to be a good person. It's like,
I was
we don't need a Superman questioning stuff. Shut up! Stop talking.
Last night I was hanging out with an old friend of mine. He's who I started collecting comic books with. He goes to all the comic book movies. He said the exact same thing that we said. He was like, he likes the Marvel movies, and I certainly like them better than the comics. But they have those cheesy, made for everybody like one-liners that they'll drop.
Going on since Doctor No.
Yeah. And we even got it with Batman, Nolan's Batman, like when he's on the roof with Catwoman, and she disappears on him, and he's like, so that's what it feels like. One, there's nobody.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah. So, like, one, no one's around, so why is he using that voice?
Yeah.
Two, why does he need to say that out loud?
But Nolan's is not cheesy at all.
Yeah.
No.
And here's another thing for everybody that's complained about this take on Superman and those that praise Nolan's Batman. Guess what?
that's like a
it was
Marvel-
Nolan's idea to do this with Superman.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, it's just that's your typical cheesy like comic book moments that like makes it easier for everybody else to digest. Whereas Zack Snyder did not do that. He is building in the sight of painting, like, and it everyone gives it up. Like every shot is beautiful. Like there is no bad shot in any superhero film. But the story isn't as cohesive when it hits the theaters because it's not the whole story that he told chopped up. Yeah. And that's what I have to say about the movie.
This
Well,
is Rob's opinion.
It shouldn't have gone on, but I couldn't help it. I was like, it's like
I
a
made
fishing
all
line with
valid
a worm
points.
on
Those
it.
are all
I
valid,
have
great
valid
points.
points too. I mean, you can't knock this down.
The only
Anyway,
person that is Jesse. He has no valid points.
It's my job. I have to.
Astro City number 40, Batman number 9, and Suicide Part 1. It's gonna be a new story. We got
Ooh, there's that Jai Lee cover too. I wouldn't mind getting a hold of that.
number 1, yeah, the white variant, Dynamic Forces.
Yeah, I love Jai Lee. He's one of my favorites.
So Batman's gonna go up against Amanda Waller,
Oh.
the true psycho pirate, because of the whole Gotham.
I've heard a lot of people saying that, like, after watching Suicide Squad and everything, the real villain of Suicide Squad is not actually, like, Enchantress is the villain, obviously, but the other villain is actually Amanda Waller. Like,
Yeah, she is in the comics. Every bit.
very
I know
She's
Steve
very
Trevor-
nefarious.
Steve Trevor's not a big fan of her. Or
Nobody is.
Yeah.
Nobody trusts her.
I
That's
don't-
why they put her in that spot.
Yeah.
She is the Condoleezza Rice of comic books.
Young Animals putting out Cave Carson has a cybernetic eye, number 1. A lot of people looking forward to that. Cyborg number 3, another really, I mean, most
I'm liking
with
that.
Rebirth,
It's
it's
good.
more of a situation of figuring out what's not good.
Right.
and I can't talk about them all, so I have to kind of glaze over some.
Cyborg is good. I had to
Wow,
talk
it
about
took
Cyborg.
long enough. Dark Knight 3, The Master Race, number 6 of 9.
Yes.
Is Gotham City ready for a new Batgirl?
I don't know. I'm just glad that we have finally
Are
another
they
issue.
ready for issue 6?
That's a better question. Are you ready for issue
Already
6?
a few months ago. Dr. Fate Volume 2, Prisoners of the Past, Girl Power Amanda Condor Gallery Edition, hardcover, Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest, trade paperback coming from Vertigo, taking the books, and they've been doing this for a
Yeah,
little while.
that's not a bad idea.
Green Arrow number 9, Island of Scars Part 2, Lost and Alone in Remote Island, John Diggle finds a secret facility manufacturing illegal narcotics and an eccentric drug king who will stop at nothing to protect his empire.
I have to point out one thing on Green Arrow, and I've noticed this, like, this is another kind of almost running joke for Green Arrow. We have the whole issue of him with having boats, and him with the island and everything. Another issue, his relationship with Black Canary. Every time that these two get together and have, like, just one moment of, like, being affectionate with each
Yeah.
other,
The poo hits the
they
fan.
screw it up. They always screw it up. It's like, can you guys just do it right?
Some great being like Dr. Manhattan or whatever,
It's
like,
laughing.
makes it go away. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, you're in love? Not anymore, you're not.
Husband dies just like, oh, what's that? It's nice. How about just W2? How
I
about
mean, even
that?
when they got married, it was like the whole wedding and
I
everything was
think
just completely
we're
out.
gonna see Ollie run into like Hurley, John Locke,
Jack, yeah.
on the side. I guarantee these
Lost.
people, yeah.
That's where Ollie really came from, is the Lost Island.
No, so that's the other.
Green Arrow, Volume 9, Outbreak, Green Lanterns, number 9, Harley Quinn, number 6, Injustice, Gods Among Us, Year 5, number 20, Justice League, number 1, Tyler Kirkham, black and white variant from Dynamic Forces, Justice League, number 7, State of Fear, Part 2, in the conclusion of this story, a new threat that manipulates the fears of its victims has turned the Justice League against each other, and only heroes trained to overcome fear. Green Lantern Simon overcome fear.
Yeah.
Green Lantern, I kind of rushed my words together. Green Lanterns, Simon Baz and Jessica Cruz can save Earth's greatest heroes from themselves.
Now see, this one confused me a little bit because I've been reading Justice League this whole time.
And it's been kind of,
The thing that throws me off, this is only a 2-issue story.
yeah.
Okay, well, I haven't even, like, I went back to read the first issue of this, the State of Fear, whatever. You don't even really see the monster or whatever that causes the fear. It's almost like as if they're all imagining it or
Yeah,
something.
it's kind of, I don't know.
This is kind of, you know?
I'm still kind of in the air about Justice League. It's had some good issues, and it's had some issues that just kind of like, I forgot.
See, but the
Yeah,
fact that
it's not.
the
It's
first,
not as good as the story he was doing in JLA.
the first story arc I kind of liked because it introduced a lot of stuff and it had led to openings for new stories. Like you had the planet of cyborg-esque creatures. You had this flood of like weird alien monsters trying to destroy the Earth. You had these superhuman beings who pop up out of nowhere and all
Dr.
this
Manhattan.
Yeah.
I saw it as opening up just like every single Superman book. Like, you know, who is this guy? What? That's what I mean.
The first 3 issues were not that exciting. Once
No.
it got to the 4th,
Because it
I
was the
think it
same
picked up.
story. Like, yeah.
I guess I'll just have to hold out and see what happens.
I guess and then they decided to do a whole book called Trinity to like work it out. Like, man, this is like,
No, Trinity was set ahead of time.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
I
it
don't know.
was-
I read it. I didn't.
I like Trinity.
I liked it too.
I didn't soak it in. I wasn't gonna say I didn't like it. I didn't. Soak
Yeah.
Trinity was a good character piece.
Mhm.
Number 1 was.
What else we got?
Lucifer number 11 coming out from Vertigo. Midnighter Volume 2, trade paperback. Nightwing number 7, another good book. He's starting a new storyline. Raven number 2 and 6. You read
Raven. Yes, good.
I like that they finally gave her the right outfit, not that stupid one from the New 52. Suicide Squad, Most Wanted, El Diablo, and Killer Croc number 3 of 6. Supergirl by Peter David, Volume 1. Superman number 9, Return to Dinosaur Island, Part 2. I can't wait to talk about this one. Did you read that at all?
I did.
You haven't
I
read
did?
Darwin Cook's New Frontier, so it probably the movie cut this part out. But it started out on Dinosaur Island, and the original losers team was stuck on there, and they all go one by one to the last one, and a dog goes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Superman and his son
They come
found
upon
themselves
the-
on that
yeah.
island, and when it ends, you see that thing that he wrote in the wall right before he went, and I don't know, it gave me chills because it's one of those things like. I love that story, and it's cool to see them
Is
revisit
Superman
that.
aware of those people? Like, does he know?
I don't. That's a thing that's kind of hard to say because I think New Frontier is probably like its own universe.
Yeah.
It's not, it's not the old golden
What if-
age.
what if
Silver
it's
Age.
Well, I
DC
thought it
kind
was
of like-
meant to fill in the gap between the Golden Age and the Silver Age.
I mean, in a
That's the
sense,
way-
but I think it's also its own
I
thing.
thought it was. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's considered canon, and that was the whole point of writing it.
Well,
But
it
then-
can't be canon because the origins changed in that process. But
It's
I mean, it
confusing.
doesn't matter. It still
It's
serves
still,
that
it's
purpose.
still great. It's still good.
It's awesome. Glad to see
I
they're
like it.
going back
I
to
like
that.
it.
I can't wait to see it. I don't know. This is probably one of the core
You
Superman
read any
stories.
series?
No.
And what were you talking about?
I just like the issue in general.
Which?
Superman. Number 8.
Number 8.
Yeah.
Okay, number 8.
No.
Yeah.
Have you read number 8?
I mean,
I'm on 7.
I grasped it like after his explanation too, like just how the tie-in is and how dramatic it, like going back like a reread almost.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I kind of figured it, but when you see that last thing with all the writing,
Yeah, like when I saw that, I was like, okay, this is a reference. This is something important. Cause like, and then see, that made me also question like, is this a tie-in by DC? Because Superman just kind of stops. He's just like, crap.
Well, if it's Massey, it's definitely a tribute to Darwin in that particular story. Teen Titans Go, Bring It On trade paperback, and then Trinity number 2, Better Together Part 2. Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman have uncovered a window into their very souls, and the power of temptation proves to be stronger than any villain they could battle.
It's called Acid, kids.
The bonds of friendship and trust must be the most formidable heroes on the planet. Will be tested to their breaking point with the lives of innocence hanging in the balance.
All that comic will be is just panel after panel of the 3 of them holding hands running through a field with the turtle song, me and you, and you and me. No matter how they toss it out, it had to be.
I'm actually not even opposed to that either.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those cool
We did
things.
not get it from the Vault comic.
I just realized that.
I know. I actually realized that when you started DC, I was kind of like, oh no.
Why would they plan
They're
number 5
just,
and 6?
this is from the Vault comic. Everything we have in that glass case.
Okay, so like we've been saying, when you get a file with us and you have 5 or more issues, you get 25% off all of our files, which is
Yes.
like back issues, current issues, everything else that comes out. What else you also get? Stuff like this. Like you've got like Flex Mentallo, Thanos Rising. What have you got, Aaron? You picked out a few things.
I've got Sweet Tooth by Jeff Lemire, Snapshot by Andy Diggle and Jock, Green Arrow Year 1 by Andy Diggle and Jock, Superman Action Comics Volume 1 by Grant Morrison, Rags Morales, and Legends by John Ostrander, Lynn Wayne, and
All
Joe
awesome
Byrne.
books, all great reads. What have you got?
We have the entire Invisible, Grant Morrison Invisible, quite
One of the greatest
arguably one of
stories
the
ever told.
So like all those great stuff. When we get all this, you get an extra 10% off. You get 35% off. Isn't that right? Or is it 25% off?
That's if you
35%?
order ahead of
2
time.
months.
That's if
Too
you
much
get it ahead of time. Yeah, you can get books like these, books that you have been looking for, those trade
Watchmen.
paperbacks we talk about. You can get those at a discounted price with us.
Man,
All
is
this
some-
great stuff. These are great reads.
This is some primo stuff here.
It is. It's
For, all,
really
for
awesome
those
stuff.
of you reading Marvel and really digging Jeff Lemire, you should read this. 'cause
I'm
this is the story
surprised
that
that
put
our
him on the map.
graphic novels don't sit, because, man, there for a while, especially like in the early part of this century, graphic novels were the only thing selling.
Yeah.
And now, like, it's not. But, I mean, you're not gonna. I mean, maybe some of you can afford to get every issue of before Watchmen. You can't. We got the trade paperback.
Yeah, come in and get it.
it's
I
just-
mean, like, that's one thing to collect, but if you're wanting to read, this is your
especially
chance.
if you're wanting to know what is really going on in the DC universe right now. This is just chock full of hints.
That's a key story.
Mhm.
Invisibles is just great writing. I mean, that's comic books don't get better than that.
Robert and I both would highly
Yeah.
recommend this to anybody. If you,
I mean,
And what we got a price tag?
it's $7,
$7.
and you get 25%
and that's just
off
like
that.
the snapshot right here. And
How much is
Diggle and
that?
Jock, $7.
$7. Like, it's so cheap. You guys are literally missing great
What's
opportunities to get great
25%
stuff.
7?
Oh god. You're asking the English major to do math.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
It would be like $1.25 off.
There's just so much good stuff here, and I mean, Grant Morrison. We've each picked up a Grant Morrison.
Yeah, I
That
picked
should tell
up.
you
I picked
something.
up Flex Mentallo. I mean, like this was one of the first graphic novel things I ever read. This is brilliant.
That is a great one to start off too, because it had. Like, I've been reading it on the toilet here lately, and I got it digitally. Beautiful Frank Quietly art. Great, crazy, back to the Invisible Day storytelling
Yeah, just
for Grant
great
Morrison.
stuff.
Like,
And that goes the same for this particular Superman story at the beginning of New 52.
yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was good.
And then I always talk about Andy Diggle, and this is one of the stories that really put him on the map. This in the losers.
Mm-hmm.
And the same team did this for Image not long ago. It was really cool.
Jock will be doing All-Star Batman here soon.
Oh god, yeah.
I love his variant covers. So I mean, you know, we always do an old comic, but we need
You guys gotta come in and see
showcase.
these.
We got
These are
Outcast.
great.
We got some of the best
Thor, God of
you'll
Thunder,
ever
the lead
read.
up for Mighty Thor, if you're catching up on Thor.
Civil War, some new Avengers with some real Luke Cage in there.
Yeah. I mean, even some of the older, like some of the, like the 90s, 2000s stuff, isn't that right? Like
We
right
got
there.
some Hickman Avengers here.
Even Walking Dead graphic novels. We got tons of those.
Men of Wrath. Now there's a great Jason Aaron story with Ron Garney on art.
There's a lot of stuff here, guys.
Yeah, so you should come down here and take advantage of
So
this
we're not just
great
bearing
deals.
like old relics and stuff like that, old cool stuff to see. You got newer stuff too that you can get and read for really cheap prices.
Some of this is used, like the Snapshot, that's what, $7. Invisibles, Legends.
I mean, some of the stuff's just
Good
awesome.
stuff.
It is a lot
Great
of good
stuff.
stuff.
But
But
on that note, are you thinking the same thing?
I know, exactly.
It's time to call it an end, and then we'll be back next week to talk about more comics.
Definitely.
Deuces.
I'm Aaron.
I'm Jesse.
I'm Rob.
Y'all take care.
Mm-hmm.